Alright, welcome to your last horn lesson. I'm wearing lipstick. Don't ever do this when you're playing brass. Well, I mean, you can. Some people like to wear lipstick. Like, it helps them grip the mouthpiece better. I don't. I just kind of put it on today. So anyway, real quick, we're just going to go over proper breath support and sitting position and all that jazz. So do you remember where we breathe into when we're breathing in for good playing breath?
I don't know if I'm going to word it right, but diaphragm?
Yes, that's exactly it. So we breathe into the diaphragm, meaning that we breathe into our stomach and not our shoulders. Kind of want to like puff your stomach up like you're pregnant or something. Yeah. And then we blow out using what? Not our diaphragm, something with our mouth. Like, what kind of stream of air do we want?
I know it should be sort of like a straw.
Yeah, exactly. Just a steady stream through a smaller aperture, like you're blowing through a straw. Exactly. Perfect. You did it. All right. We're gonna do a fingering review, and I'm going to pull up a fingering chart just so that you can get a visual on this. So we're not gonna. There's this top line that has bass clef. We're not dealing with bass clef. We're gonna deal with the second two rows, and only up until, let's say, up until third space C. So, okay. So, like the chart says, F side, we're just focusing on the top row for each system, which is the F side. So F side is 0. And then D flat, 1 and 2. D, 1. And then D sharp, or E flat, 2. Open for E. F. Great! And then F sharp. G. A flat. A. Yeah. B flat. B natural. And C is open. Yes. And do you remember, without looking at the fingering chart, we're not going to look at the fingering chart. Do you remember any B flat side stuff?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, no. Don't say sorry. I threw you through a loop. So, when you take off, so we don't use, from C, do you remember which note we don't use, like from C to where do we only use the F side?
Is it after G?
Mm-hmm, perfect. It's after G that we use, that we use the trigger side. So, and then once you put your thumb down, it's the same fingerings for everything. So A flat is 2, 3, A is 1, 2, B flat is 1, B natural is 2, and then C is trigger open. So it's the same exact fingerings, it's just that you have your thumb down. Cool. And just remember that on the B flat side, things tend to go sharp. And did I talk to you about tuning?
Maybe? I don't remember.
So with tuning the instrument, typically we use, you have the wrap that I have. I think you have a con, so that makes sense. These are tuning slides, so is this. I typically only use this side. I think that's the B flat side tuning because it tends to get so sharp. So flat means that something is.
It's like lower than the actual.
Exactly,
pitch.
And then sharp means it's
higher.
Great. Sorry, that's gonna seem very like remedial and very just like stupid to say, but
I like it, especially with like just reinforcing it with like beginners.
Exactly. So when you are flat, you want to compress the air that's in your tuning slide. You want to compress it and make it smaller. So if that's the case, then you push in. Because it's sharp, or if it's sharp, you want to create more space. So then you want to...
Or if it's sharp, then you pull out to make it
exactly.
longer.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we haven't really done a lot of this, like, I say something and leave it open for you to answer.
No,
but thank you for playing along.
I love stuff like that.
Yes. Okay, and we already talked about airstream. It should go down the center of the mouthpiece. You know that. So mouthpiece ratio, 2/3 upper, 1/3 lower. That's something really important for horn players. I believe we're the only brass instrument that does that because our mouthpiece is smaller. Trumpets do half and half. Euphoniums, if they have big lips, I think they do half and half, but typically their mouthpiece. Euphoniums have smaller mouthpieces than tubas, but typically with tubas and euphoniums, their whole mouth kind of goes in the mouthpiece and they go like to buzz. That's not actually true. I know that's not true. So, just remember 2/3 upper, 1/3 lower, and I always forget the ratio. If you just think 2/3 is above the 3, that's how I'm going to think about it from now on. So, we're going to read some music. Ooh, yeah. I'm excited. So, maybe we should warm up too. Let's warm up. I'm sorry. Let's do. Can we try C major scale?
Yeah.
Do you want to try with trigger, or do you want to just go without trigger?
Without trigger for now?
Yeah. 1, 2, ready. So you hear how our
yeah,
perfect.
That was super sharp.
I would pull out just a little more than that, just because it was very sharp. I typically have it out half an inch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I'm usually very sharp. So you that's already better.
Nice.
You need that much. Great. And then you can also lip it down if you feel like you're sharp, or lip it up. It really just depends. It's really cold in this building right now,
yeah,
so instruments
awful.
are going to be flat unless you had it pushed in all the way. So your C was so good. I know it went down a little bit, but it still sounded so good, and I'm so proud. I'm so ecstatic that you got that C.
I've just been sitting in my house just trying to get the Airstream to actually work.
Yes, I'm so proud. Okay, so let's try Ode to Joy. I'm gonna set it there. Don't fall. Okay, can you read that?
Yeah.
Can you kind of read the notes?
Yeah.
It has the notes written. Pay no attention to these. I think that's for a piano player or a string player.
Okay.
I just got it off the internet. So we're gonna start. Oh, no. It fell. We're gonna start on an E. This is why I should have had 2 stands. Dang it. Stay. Okay. Starting on E. You know the tune Ode to Joy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we'll do it in a slower 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ready. Let's just go over that da 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 da
Yeah,
part.
that's my bad.
No, that's okay. That's like a tricky section, especially for beginners. I picked this piece because it goes up from 1 to 5, but it's still a lot of notes in those times. Also, it's one of the first pieces that you learn as a beginner.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Kay, trumpet player Kay, with the rat. And she was like, the first piece I learned on trumpet was Ode to Joy. And I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. So let's just start on the 3rd system, first measure, and then we'll go to the end. Okay?
Cool.
1, 2, ready. really good. I had to breathe a couple times in there. I also just didn't take very good breaths. Look at the lipstick on my mouth.
Nice.
Alright. So, let's try... Did we do anything by rote? And this is kind of going backwards.
I think so.
I'm kind of going backwards here, but I want to try to see if we can do, like, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I need to think. Okay. So, I'm going to start on G, and I just want you to repeat after me. Okay?
Okay. Whoa.
That's okay. G, C, amazing. D. Really, really great. Your rhythms were perfect. Your pitches were perfect, except for that one flub, but that was okay. That's a lot of times that can be like an embouchure thing. I frack a lot too. That's what it's called when you like miss a note or you crack on it. It's called fracking. So I tried to play just just like broken down harmonics of Mary Had a Little Lamb, just so that you could get it in your head. So how about I play a phrase with Mary Had a Little Lamb by myself, and then I'll have you repeat it. Okay? Cool. And we're starting on G. Yeah, let's try it all together. And I'll play it with you. Do you want to play it both together, and then do you want to try it by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So starting on G. 2 and breathe. Yeah, I'm so proud of you for getting those C's consistently. Okay, so when you go through this by yourself, something I want you to think about real quick. Phrasing. So when you sing it, it goes, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. So it's like a 4-bar phrase, I would say. So try to get through that. If you need a breath, absolutely take one. Just make sure that it's strategic. You can leave out a note if you want to. I typically in an ensemble setting, that's really good, especially if you have 2 people on a part, which in elementary school, you're typically going to have people doubling on a lot of stuff. Horns typically double with the saxophones. So, and if you're lucky, you have more than one horn, so they can kind of alternate if they really need that breath. But I wouldn't teach, like, taking a breath and letting I wouldn't introduce stagger breathing yet. I'm just, if they're advanced enough, maybe. But stagger breathing is really good for ensemble settings. But definitely don't, like blow out all your air and then pass out.
Yeah.
So, you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play you starting on G. 1, 2, ready, breathe. sounded really, really great.
I have no idea what happened between, like, the last lesson and this one.
I mean, whatever happened, amazing. I'm super excited. I don't know if I helped in any way, but
You did,
Oh,
like,
good.
a million times.
Oh, good!
It was just, like, for me, like, especially because the board size is, like, so small, I
Yes.
would just, like, get in my own head and I would just freak out, but, like, you would just have me, like, chill out and just, like, take a breather
Yeah.
for, like, a second.
That's what you have to do for kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of, like, they're gonna get frustrated. They're gonna be so frustrated because they can't get this note. And, like, it's gonna be something that bothers them throughout the day. It might bring down their morale, but and they might want to quit. And the
Yeah.
thing is that they can't, that you don't want them to quit. You want people to stay in your program. So it's just, I know with my anxiety, and I know that you have anxiety as well, you just have to take a breather. You have to stop and collect yourself and give positive affirmations and, oh no. And just be like, this went really well. Let's talk about how this went really well and apply it to what's been going wrong.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do with what has been going well, and use that experience to make the things that didn't go well better.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's what I'm trying to do. I hope that it's been working.
It does.
Cool.
I'm all about that.
Yes. Okay. So these have like the chords above it written.
Okay.
That's for piano. That would be what, like. I know my transpositions. So, yeah, let's do that.
Ooh.
So let's play this together. And
Ooh, that
and
fit's
then-
gonna be fun. Sorry
and
to
then-
interrupt.
no, don't. I was counting. So let's play this together. And then, do you mind if I play the piano in chords so you have a little bit of accompaniment?
No, I like that.
That's so much fun. Okay, this wasn't in my original lesson plan, but it's happening. Okay, 1, 2, ready. One and two. No, that's okay.
Bad.
That's okay. Don't be. I just wanted to stop and correct. Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Let's start at the second to last stanza. The first bar. 1, 2, ready. Perfect. Okay. Well, not perfect, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna play the piano. It'll be exciting. I messed up. We're gonna. Oops. Okay. I'll give you a little 2-bar intro. 2, ready, go. Oh no! Wait, hold on. I messed up. Okay, I got it this time. Sorry.
You're good.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, and. Oh no. Keep going. There we go. Yeah! You did it! You did it with a compliment. It was great. I'm sorry I messed up. That was my bad. I was thinking transposition. What is that? I say right after I transpose. So Let's see.
It was so weird because I could feel myself starting to go back to that tendency where I was like pushing my embouchure and I was like, hell no!
Yeah, I heard it just a little bit, but I heard you fix it. So that's really great. Cool. Let me just see where we're at because I think that we are almost done with my lesson.
Ooh,
20
nice.
minutes. And we did our first solo. Yeah. We did that. Congratulations.
Yay!
You did it. You're getting a lot stronger with your playing. If you want to, we can do one more thing where we play a duet.
Ooh.
And, well, they're kind of not easy. Leah let me borrow this book and I was like, they're easy. But, actually, well, those are sharps. We don't want to do sharps. Sorry, I should have picked something out before.
That's all good.
Let's do... Do you want to do this first one? And then... Oh, no. That won't work. You know what? We're not going to do that. Sorry, I didn't teach you bass clef notes. I didn't teach you, like, the low G, so I don't want to put that kind of pressure on you. But you did so... You've been doing great, and I'm really proud of you. And thank you for taking lessons from me. Okay, we're going to end. Bye.